Greetings. Today we have a topic I've been playing with. It's called Anthropology as Engineering. Now, let's explore what these two things are first before I can expand to how this can manifest as that. Um, Anthropology is, from what I understand, a discipline in which you study the people and the activities of people and their cultures and their societies as unbiasedly as possible and then report it somehow. So the way that's being done classically is like you go to a region, say let's say you go to like Brazil, and a certain village in Brazil, and this anthropologist would sit there and would live with them, talk with them, observe them, take notes, and after a year or so of sitting down, or months, whatever is needed, once he feels he's ready, he compiles all that he learned into an ethnography, and then produces it. And for somebody, in the other side of the globe, say in like Greece or something, can take this ethnography and open it and read it and know what it's like to live in a village in Brazil and what are their habits and all of that stuff. Usually, like this is like an established field in the humanities um, that a lot of people are into, and I'm personally into now that I've discovered what it is, and so it's like the unbiased study of people and their habits without really putting any improvement or change in it. You just want to know and then report it, right? What about engineering? Engineering is like more classic. Like people know what it is. It's as old as man basically, and the basic thing you want to learn in engineering is how to solve a problem with the variables you have. So usually there's a goal to be met, a problem to be solved, and then you use tools, logical tools, mathematical tools, physical tools, whatever tools necessary in order to gather things and put them in such a way that it produces the result you want. And this is the essence of what engineering is. And taking civil engineering myself, I've learned that it's not always math as people claim. Like we have a subject called management, and what management is we use math certainly, but the main pointer is understanding the habits of people, the workers, the work time, the political situation of the place, in order to know how to construct your project, basically. And this is what I mean when I say anthropology as engineering. I've noticed as I've studied management, construction improvement, cost estimation, all that stuff, it has a lot of psychology to it, more specifically the psychology of workers and their habits. But it's very shallow, if that makes any sense. Like, this is what the workers are and this is how we deal with them type of thing. No real, like, in-depth analysis of what's going on or how to improve it. And the civil field generally is a very rigid one, because we're dealing with costs of millions to billions of dollars, and so you don't want to risk it, on something new. And if there's anything new, it improves upon the old in a very calculated way. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to take responsibility for a risk of improvement that ends up in failure, and you just wasted God knows how much cash and how much investor money and how much time, and that could have been like used had the project succeeded. So um, it is a risky thing. However, I think this is a very safe way of applying a new concept into a work environment to see if it works or not, which is bringing an anthropologist in. And this can be on a very small level. So you have an anthropologist go to multiple construction sites and just sit there and talk and take notes throughout the work process, and give you data on the habits of the workers, what they're into, why they're working, why do they, who gets overtime, and who, when they get overtime, how, like, how does that change them, who's in need, who isn't, blah blah blah. Just like what is the culture in this work environment, and by that, when you go to like the construction engineer, the guy in charge, the project manager, as he's called, when this anthropologist brings him this data, he can do something with it. So if the work is not getting ahead of, like, not reaching ahead of like the schedule, or behind schedule, um, there's always a why, and maybe the materials take a long time to come. There was more rain than expected. The sun shone a bit too high, and the workers couldn't work for 3 days, whatever it is, right? But there's also sometimes the workers being slow, because those factors are included within the calculations usually. Like, give or take 6 months, with a factor of safety to make, so 6 months, 2 weeks. We always do that, but when it comes to, we still get behind schedule, because the workers also sometimes have a problem with this. And so, having people in the workforce being anthropologists who actually study this and give you the data back, I think would be a very safe but also a very effective way of knowing exactly the mechanics of workers psychologically, and the environment that is the work environment. It can't be done on a major scale. It can't be like attitudes of workers and it's unified throughout the world. No, Chinese workers are very different from Egyptian workers, very different from European workers, wherever you choose. Like, every place needs its own study and data collection on that. But I think that data collection would be very useful, especially for the cost estimators, to factor in a more accurate measurement of when the project will finish. So yeah, that's just some random thought I had in my head. Um, Curious what you guys think. Please comment below, and I'll see you all in the next one.